Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you a celestial wisdom. This is a kickoff for Monday, and we have a theme for this week. And this is the week of August 24th with a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So the sun is now in Virgo, standing across the sky on Thursday night into Friday morning with the moon in Pisces. And so what we're working with for this particular week is surrendering any sort of control. What does surrendering, say, to a higher power really mean? Because when we're working with Pisces energy, we're thinking and feeling the all that is, the unification, if you will. And we often talk about this source or universe or God or higher power, higher self, whatever it might be. And so we're looking at our, I'll say our faith, or this thing that we get absorbed into when we let go of our physical form. What is that? What's that great mystery that is directing some of the circumstances in our lives? It's not necessarily forcing us to do something, but it is saying, it's pointing, if you will, to what are we really in control of? That's a lot of what this full moon, and it's an eclipse. So a lot of things that are being released when it comes to letting go of control or surrendering, it's final. So we're looking at allowing and letting things flow. This doesn't mean, when we talk about surrender, it doesn't mean giving up. It just means that we're not clinging and we're not striving for something and forcing something. Maybe we're not overanalyzing, because that Virgo energy has a tendency to overanalyze. And so we're looking at what's been bubbling up underneath the surface that finally needs to be released. Look at your chart and you'll be able to see where this full moon may be impacting you. We also have Mercury moving into Virgo in the next 24, 48 hours, depending on when you're watching this video. And when Mercury moves into Virgo, it also is going to be canoodling, as I like to say, but conjuncting the sun during this full moon. And so this is where our minds can find clarity. Clarity doesn't necessarily mean absolute. It just means that we have a knowing about us and we're naming that knowing. And in doing so, we have some clarity. So let the next few days really allow things to come to the surface. It's not so much about having the answers as much as it's about asking the right questions. And then Mercury also is at home in Virgo, so you may find that the information flows pretty easily. Mercury in Virgo canoodling with the sun, it brings our attention to the details, but details doesn't always mean wisdom, okay? Doesn't always mean answers either. So conversation that we keep replaying, the patterns we keep noticing, unfinished things that are asking for our attention, those are the kind of things that we're working with. And certainty and clarity, as I mentioned, are not the same thing, but we do have a sense of, I'll say, something settling inside of us when we say, okay, I know what I need to let go. Remember, too, we don't have to understand every detail before trusting what we know. Just allow things to really reside and rest in the body. You don't always, also, we don't have to have the perfect plan for it. With the Virgo energy, that's what we're working with. So it's not so much how do I fix it? Maybe it's what is it that has needed my attention that I can finally surrender, or I can finally let go of, or I can finally set down and stop carrying it around. And that's where the Virgo energy becomes wisdom instead of worry. So those are the kind of things that we're looking at. What truth has become so obvious in our lives that we're still trying to analyze our way out of it, trying to rationalize it. We're trying to do the, say, Ben Franklin T chart of pros and cons, instead of just saying, you know what, the truth of the matter is, I need to let go of something, and I need to do it in a very kind and compassionate way. I'll talk about that for our next video. How do we actually do that releasing with compassion? But for now, setting us up for the week, spend a little time contemplating, what have I been clinging to or holding on to or thinking I have some sense of control when I actually don't? And then how do I truly set it down? And what does that mean? What would my life look like if I really let this thing go, or if I didn't have this person, place, thing, relationship, whatever it is, in this way? What would my life actually look like? All right, you guys, Keep me posted. I want to know. Come follow me at jamiedawn.com. Come find me at 1-2-Listen. Also, really quick, I have a new 12-week tarot class that I'm launching the first part of September. Check it out on 1-2 Academy. I'm very excited about it. You can drop in. You can do every week, which would be great. I'll be recording it. So if you do purchase a class and you can't make it, you will get a copy of the recording. But come learn the tarot. It'll help enhance some language for you, as well as give you some deeper insights to your own inner wisdom, your intuition. All right, you guys, I will talk to you next time. Have a great week.